All right, hello everyone. I am setting up here for hole number 9 here. I do believe yesterday we went with the Katana. I might kind of change gears a little bit just to kind of show other guys how an alternate approach. And I'm assuming maybe you have a maybe a lower level of puck. You might not have a 5, you might not have a 4. The only thing that'll maybe change is the amount of rings that you need to go. But the execution of the shots should be relatively similar. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys how to get around this corner a little bit more because I didn't do so yesterday. So I just want to make sure that you have kind of the necessary tools just in case you want to get down there a little bit farther. As it could be, very crucial. The guys that you're playing, especially the guys who are winning, getting top 3, might be playing this hole a little bit more aggressively. So I would encourage you guys, especially if you want to pick up the new globes, a globe versus a berserker is probably going to be maybe 15 to 20 yards less. In terms of a landing zone, maybe about 5 yards less. But would be very similar landing zone. And I do just want to kind of give you guys just kind of a hook shot approach here. Here I'm just going to kind of side spin it and not do too much aside from that. And I just want to see if I can get around the corner here, kind of right around 2.5 targets. So just missed it by one ring. So I was off by 1 ring. I mean, less than a ring. I mean, you can see it just hit that speck. I was trying to get it, and that's just one of those things that just kind of, if you look at my 4th hole when I tried to do the exact same thing, that what just happened there should have happened on hole 4. So to be off by like 7-8 rings on 4 just really frustrates me that happened, because I knew I was playing it tight here, but you see that I am getting the rough. I have no problem hitting it in the rough. There's some value to showing you guys how to scramble. So yesterday I think I was a lot longer with the Katana, and I just kind of beat it down there. Today I'm with a a puck and running it into the rough on the right hand side. And I can show you that, especially if you have a nice long Nirvana, it's not the end of the world. It's kind of worth going for the risk. This just kind of proves it to you guys, because, I don't have to do anything special to get the ball to the hole. So I can just kind of gently let it roll out like this, and into power like this. I might play closer to 1.5 per ring, or very similar. So right around 4 rings, or maybe just a touch less. Let's try that. Perfect ball. So it looks like, if anything, I just hit a different spot on the fairway, and it projected the ball to the right quite a bit more. I did see it kind of hit a downslope to the right. So I'm not sure if that was due to the wind even taking it even farther or what. But I know that the ball did land kind of on a right downslope, and that's kind of what you're seeing there. I do believe I'm playing probably a replay, but I'll let him take a shot anyway. So you've seen, 2 completely different approaches. You can see You know, the risk of going down there is probably worth it. It's going to be a hard holdout no matter how you look at this hole, no matter what you do. Getting the albatross here is going to be challenging, and that's one of the reasons that I'm trying to, you know, force the ball down there a little bit farther, is just to make it a little bit easier in pro. It's actually funny because pro is, you know, the third hardest division for that hole. You know, Masters and Expert are both easier. The order that they probably go in is getting it in Expert is probably the easiest, getting it in Masters is probably the second easiest, and getting it in Pro is actually probably the third easiest. Both in Masters and Expert you can get putts. I really don't think it's going to be very doable to get a putt because you don't have enough wind in Pro. So it's actually funny to see that. You know, you always think of rookie and pro as being so easy, but that ninth hole is actually far more challenging in this tour. So, you know, I do recommend beating it down there as far as possible. That fairway is just completely jacked. You can see it from my rough approach that, you know, getting anything going towards the hole, especially with wood or whatever, it's going to require a great deal of luck. So if you make it, just, you know, take it and run with it. But that's kind of one of the reasons that I'm recommending that you try to get it to push the bounds a little bit. Get it to long iron, get it to short iron, because it's just going to make it that much more likely. And if you can land it on the green as opposed to the fairway, and if you can use, you know, kind of high backspin, you're going to increase the odds, in my opinion, taking out a lot of the inconsistencies of the fairways, the fringe, or the green. And if you can just kind of jack up the spin to kind of keep the ball out of the air as long as possible, or in the air as long as possible and off the surfaces of the course, you're going to increase the likelihood that you can get that hole. So good luck with that one, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow sometime for some kind of revision. If you know, specifically for holes 4 and 9, if you guys have some suggestions you'd like to see for either of those holes, I'm open to suggestion, because I've kind of done incomplete guides a little bit, but I am trying to push the bounds a little bit to just show you that getting down there has its advantages. So just let me know if you guys do have any suggestions, and I'll see you guys on the next one.